in the studio right now. Ladies and gentlemen, big ups to my girl, Miss Becky G. Yeah.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Last time she was here, we were talking about earthquakes. I can't remember why. Maybe it was because something had happened in the world, and you have a great memory. 17 years of age, but doing things.
Yep.
All right. So last time, it was kind of cool and crazy because when you were here, we were just talking about, the last single, Played Again. Congrats on the successes with that.
Thank you.
And then I think I was kind of late because I TiVo'd this, about a year ago. And I woke up and I was like, why does that girl look familiar? Because I had the TV down and it was you on the red carpet at the MTV
VMAs.
the VMAs last year. So I was like, damn, I know that girl. I didn't even hug her yet, but it's kind of crazy from where you've been last year to about a year later. So
no, it really is crazy. For me, it's kind of like I've seen my career right now. It's kind of like that little snowball that you throw down the mountain, and then it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And like all these things that I've just gotten like so lucky to do, like for instance going to the VMAs was like really big for me, which was really like so much fun. I just got back from the RDMAs, which was really cool, which was like an award show on Disney Channel, and I won my first award, which was really cool. Yeah, best new artist, which is crazy. So like it's just like it's trickling, it's starting to go. Yeah, so she has to travel on Cinco de Mayo to kind of like rub it in. I got more awards even on Cinco de Mayo, and that's a good thing, but. Like you said, when you were at the VMAs, what was the craziest thing you saw or, maybe artist-wise? Because, as a new artist, you're trying to take it all in, too. Totally. No, I'm like a little sponge, I'm just taking in my surroundings, and I'm so lucky that I've been surrounded by just nothing but amazing people and amazing artists and producers and just creative people. And I love watching performances, and that was the cool thing is like the VMAs. I think to me, the VMAs, it's like it either has it's go big or go home. Something crazy is gonna happen at the VMAs every year, and that year was so crazy and so awesome to just like be there and just see everything. So I can't really pinpoint like one specific thing. I mean, all of it was just so crazy. I mean, Kanye was pretty dope. Yeah. But
at least he didn't like try to, take your shine when you talking in front of the camera when like, hey, I'm Kanye West, move to the side, Becky G. But no, interesting guy though. But I mean, it's all about you today because, how crazy is this? A girl that people got to know you via YouTube and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Dr. Luke's banging on your door too, just people like that. And now you're, working with other artists. You wrote Oath, Cher Lloyd, wonderful girl. How did you guys, I'm curious about that one.
We'll say Oath happened. I was in the studio with Luke and like his whole camp and stuff and some other writers, and we were just sitting down and like thinking about like, okay, like what can we write about today? And like just the whole concept of like there's no song with like two, girls like singing positive about each other. You know what I mean? Like there's like Brandy and Monica, the boy's mine, like, but that's like you better stay away from my man and he's mine. Rather than like, singing about friendship. Like that was just like, I don't know. I felt like it was like a friendship anthem. It was like really, and it was done in a cool way. It wasn't like super cheesy or anything. And I'm a big fan of Cher Lloyd. So we didn't like write the song with her in mind. It just happened that like, at the end of the song, we were like, this would be really cool if it was for Cher Lloyd. So we sent it over and then I got asked to feature on it, which was super dope. And it just kind of happened really naturally. So, and she's awesome.
17 years of age. Cover girl.
Yes.
Goes on YouTube, and there's a lot of people that actually made $1 million just being discovered on YouTube. So has a bankroll kind of just has it gotten a little bit bigger?
It's funny. You know what? I think that's one thing that people assume a lot. Is like, especially on my Twitter. Like, okay, for instance, one thing people like to talk about is my gap. And I'm totally like, I've come to peace with my gap. Like, I'm just so over it. I'm like, it's me. But it's like, I had braces when I was younger, and it came back. Like, there's no escaping the gap. So it's not going anywhere. And people are always like, oh, yeah, you're famous. You got a bunch of money. First thing you should do is go get your teeth fixed. La, 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 la. Go get a bigger house. Go shopping. I'm like, oh, no, I still shop at Marshall's and Ross. I'm still going to McDonald's. Like, nothing's changed. So, it's not what everybody assumes. I'm still working hard.
What would you rather be doing? Because, I mean, again, you're technically a songwriter, you know? And some people say it's harder to, make it in the business as an artist sometimes. And that's why I kind of brought that up because, if you've seen any royalties already from Oath, or and stuff like that. I mean, is there a first passion that you're seeing so far, you know, in your career?
They both kind of took off for me at the same time, to be honest. I mean, overall, since I was little, it's funny because I feel like songwriting started even before I started writing songs. Because growing up, I hated reading. Like when I was little, I was like, Mom, teacher said I gotta read for 30 minutes tonight and I don't want to do it. Mom was like, oh no, like you're gonna have to do something. So if you're not gonna read a story, you're gonna write a story. And my mom would make me sit down, and when you're little, what do they teach you? You have to proofread your writing. Yeah. So she would trick me into reading it, but I would also be creative and come up with these crazy stories. Yeah. And I was like 5-6 years old, coming with like movie ideas and all this stuff. And then, you know, once I turned like 9-10 years old, I was like, I'm gonna write a song. Yeah. And then I wrote my first song, and then it just kind of happened. I was like, I like entertaining people and I like making music, and so it kind of goes hand in hand for me. There's really like not one that I like more than the other. Yeah. So it's not as hard for me as people would think to choose. Again,
17 years of age and all these accolades and accomplishments so far has led you back into San Diego on Cinco de Mayo, but a brand new single. So again, with that, you got the new single called Shower.
Yes.
And talk about that, because, you know, DJ Mission, DJ Al, these guys have been mixing it for the past a week and a half now. And, you know, I personally haven't really spent too much time with it in the respect of picking it apart to figure out what it's about.
Totally. Well, first, thank you guys for spinning the track. It's one of my favorite songs that I've done. I did it with Rock City and with Dr. Luke and Circuit, which was really cool. Rock City has been working on their album with Dr. Luke, and it just kind of came together that we were like all working. We just happened to work together, and we came up with Shower, and it's just basically like a feel-good song. I mean, of course, it's like a love song, but it's not the cheesy type of love song. And like the beat still goes hard. It still has like that urban, but still pop feel. Yeah. And yeah, it's just it's a fun song, you know. And I had fun when I made it, so I hope people have fun when they listen to it.
You know, off the mic a second ago, we were talking about your family and your background, because, you know, you're Latina and Mexican, and does your mom, dad, do they understand what you're writing about? Like, you say love songs, 17 years of age, and they're not like, what do you know about love? Like,
well, that's the thing, is it's not like love, like, okay, this is forever type. Like, I'm not that girl. Yeah. But it's, you know, it's one of those things where like my parents know that, you know, I'm 17, and although boys aren't my main focus, they're still a part of my life, you know. It's only normal, it's only natural. Right. So there's, you know, there's always gonna be like one person or a person that comes along that makes you feel a certain way. Yeah. And like, I just take life in general, and that's what inspires me. And if somebody inspires me to write a song and it just so happens to be my single, that's just what it happens to be.
So your parents are supportive?
So supportive.
But your mom and dad, traditional Mexican, and like, you do something wrong, they're gonna whoop out the chanclas and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I'm telling you. I tell people all the time, you know, my grandparents are from Mexico. Okay. They only speak Spanish. My grandparents are from a little town called Jalisco, which isn't really that little, actually. Yeah. There's a lot of towns in Jalisco, so it's like actually really big. But it feels little. Right. And my parents grew up in LA. But I still tell people, like, I may be second generation here in the United States, but I'm as Mexican as it gets. Like, I'm one of 19 grandchildren on my mom's side, one of 15 on my dad's. Yeah. Like, I still get bows. I still, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, I tell people, especially, like, being in the one person in my family that's really, like, in the industry, like, I always tell them, if my head gets any bigger, you have the right to bow right away.
Right? Then chanclas come out. Oh, wow.
That's right.
Nice. Becky G in studio again. You got the brand new single called Shower. Again, last year, you know, roughly a year ago, played again, and so much has been going on. Anything else, you know, you're getting ready to do? Because, I mean, who knows? You could be the next Selena Gomez. I mean, you know, Selena, I should say. I'm saying her last name right.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been working on the album. Yeah. I feel like I've been saying that for a long time, but I feel like now recently me and Luke have really gotten to like come up with like the formula, you know? Yeah. Like, it's getting signed at 14, turning 15. Like, a lot of people think like it just happens overnight, because you get signed and then they put money behind the album and it goes out and then it either flops or does amazing. Yeah. But I'm really lucky that the people that I've like gotten to work with, they're really taking time in, you know, the artist development phase. And although it's taken a minute, like now I'm a little bit older and I've gotten to experience more things and get a lot more experience in certain areas like songwriting and performing and all that stuff. So now we're really going hard on the album, which will be out this year. I'm also going on tour with Katy Perry.
Nice.
It's gonna be awesome.
The world tour that she's getting ready to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna do a few spot dates with her, which is gonna be bananas. Cause she just got announced as a cover girl a few months ago.
Yeah.
So 2 cover girls on stage is gonna be crazy. And I just got back from my first tour with Austin Mahone.
Nice.
Which was bananas already, which was like thousands of people every night for 2 weeks straight. But this is gonna be even bigger because it's like stadiums and arenas, and I've never done that, so it's gonna be amazing. So there's that, and just making music.
I think jealousy is a good word to describe how I'm feeling right now. 17, John Clouds were getting thrown at me at 17, but I wasn't going to arenas right after that. I don't know, just my life pretty much sucked. So I want to be a doctor or something that I'm here. But I'm in front of you talking to a cover girl, singer, songwriter, and so much has been going on. So I appreciate you stopping through.
No, thank you guys all so much for all the support.
Nice. So again, the name of the single, Shower. New album is coming out when?
This year.
This year. And name of the album?
Name of the album is still undetermined. When my first little EP came out, when I was like testing out the music and like getting the fans and stuff, I actually had my fans help me name it. So when it comes time to name the album, I want my fans to be a part of that, because I wouldn't be where I am today without them.
Fans are calling you Beasters?
Yeah, my fans are called Beasters.
Yeah. I was trying to, I'm trying to figure that one out. How did you pick that one?
So there's a lot of reasons why it's Beasters. So I feel like when people gotta get stuff done and like right away, there's like this little switch in your head that just like flips and you go into beast mode. So I feel like everybody has like a little beast in them, where like, you just gotta get stuff done. You just flip that switch and there, you're in beast mode. And that's how I feel when I go on stage and stuff, because right before I go on stage or after I get on stage, I'm like, how did I just do that? But the moment I'm on stage, that switch flips and I'm like a different person. So that's where it comes from. And also my little sister calls me Beaster.
Nice.
Really naturally, because it's either B or Beaster. So
I'm sure she's getting chanclas thrown at her too.
No, she's the one throwing them. We call her Doña. It's funny. Even though she's the baby of the family, she's the one that's like, Becky, you have PE today. You need to take a shower. Alex, you need to do your homework. Becky, why weren't you home at such and such time? I'm like, homegirl, relax. It's crazy. But she's the mom of the family. It's crazy.
Once again, big round of applause for Becky G, live in studio. DJ Al getting ready to drop this song here in a minute right here on Jammin Z90.